Wednesday, and as we head into peak sun season here in Arizona, we got a reminder: skin cancer. It is the most common form of cancer here in the U.S. So we have Dr. Alexander Sekulich with the City of Hope Cancer Center joining us this morning to talk about really preventing skin cancer. And so many people still, they go out there without sunblock, they go out there with protection. It's still surprising that people do that.
Yeah, and I think we all love nice weather. Nobody likes gloomy weather, and we're not here to be sunshine Grinches. but it is important to remember that too much of a good thing is not always a good thing. And when it comes to skin cancer, sunshine, ultraviolet light is really what matters. That combined with the skin color. The lighter the skin, the more sun exposure, the higher the risk. Multiply this over many years, and you can get a problem there.
So, when we're obviously people are going to be out there in the sun. You said the lighter skin. How long does it take before all of a sudden there's damage done?
That's a very interesting question. So there are different types of damage that can be done. One can be out there in one day and burn. We know that sunburns can be associated with higher risk for melanoma, a very serious skin cancer, which may manifest itself years or decades after that sunburn.
Oh, wow.
In fact, there are studies showing that one exposure to a tanning booth in a population increases detectably risk for melanoma down the road. Oh. Okay? But, ongoing sun exposure without sunburns contributes to other common skin cancers. Basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and there's probably 4 or 5 million of those per year in this country treated.
So what would you say to the person, when they go to the dermatologist and they get these mole checks? How often should you do that?
I think it's important to have somebody look at your skin, but it's even more important to be self-aware, to check your own skin once a month, right? If you see something new, something different, typically we will talk about moles as something dangerous in terms of melanoma, but essentially any small spot that is not resolving in several weeks, and it's particularly in sun-exposed areas, it's probably good for somebody to take a look.
So let's talk about sunblock, because I was just at the store the other day looking at sunblock. You got options. You got a lot of options, and there's a lot of SPF. There's a lot of numbers out there. So what throwing some SPF 45, is that good? 50, 25? What should you look for?
So even before one thinks about SPF, one should be thinking about what do I need to do before that SPF, right? And the best thing is sun avoidance. If you can be in the shade versus in the direct sun, it's much better to pick that.
Yeah.
If you can put a hat on, if you can put sunglasses on, if you can wear comfortable longer sleeves or pants, that is much better than sunscreen. But with things that are not covered, American Academy of Dermatology suggests SPF 30 or higher. But it's important to highlight that you need to reapply. It does not last the entire day. And if you're going in and out of water or perspiring, hiking, doing outdoors activities, you should use water and sweat resistant sunscreen, which will not drip off.
So what about the lotions or the sprays? Is any one better than the other?
It's largely a matter of personal preference,
okay.
But it's important to ensure that you have the right coverage. If you're spraying and half of that is coming on your skin and half on the, on the chair blowing the wind, it's not going to help you much.
All right, doctor. It's so good. What do you think is the most common mistake that people make? Just the
most common
that you see.
Yeah, the most common mistake that people make is to say, well, it's not going to happen to me.
Yeah.
And then they come and see me. Or my colleagues.
Right. And then it's a whole other issue that you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, doctor, thank you. Such good stuff.
Thank you.
Let's get over to